J. O'Connor. A very good afternoon to everyone attending this conference. My name is Manisha Timothy, and I'm a life coach by profession based in Dubai. My coaching company goes by the name of Dream Catalyst Life Coaching. And today I'm here to present my thoughts on what I feel is a very important topic, that is importance of women in women's life. So before I further go on my research, my surveys, and my thoughts on it, I would like to ask the women audience here one question, and you can reply me by just raising your hand virtually on the reactions icon. Do you feel that you're not adequately supported by women around you, whether it's work, family, or friends, or even your in-laws? Do you feel that? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for responding, Jinitka. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Thank you so much. So, so these days, topics such as women empowerment, girl power, gender equality, the list goes on. These are hot burning topics for today, and we are so used to hearing these keywords on a daily basis. In fact, this is the reason for us to be gathering here today, to give form to a basic right that is ours. But have we ever paused to think about the importance of women in another woman's life? Are we so busy in demanding our rights from men that we often forget to support our fellow women? I strongly believe that women are more important in a woman's life than men are. From childhood to adulthood, a woman builds and shapes the life of another woman. The impact of women on each other is very high, as they understand each other better and can help each other in various aspects of their lives. Women play a vital role in supporting and empowering other women. This could be through mentorship, advocacy, or simply being a supportive friend. It's important to recognize that women are not a monolithic group, and that the experiences and challenges faced by women can vary widely depending on factors such as race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, and socioeconomic status. My objective for the session is to explore how we can bring about a positive influence and improvement through collaboration, knowledge, and experience sharing, thereby helping other women achieve their full potential. To increase awareness about the significant role women play in the lives of other women, and promote the importance of supporting and uplifting one another. Which brings to my topic for today. What is the importance of women in a woman's life? And why do we need to pause and think about what we can do more to help each other, in turn ourselves? Let me quote Maya Angelou here. Each time a woman stands up for herself without knowing it possibly, without claiming it, she stands up for all the women. I would like to explore this topic by examining a few key relationships here. Right from the girl is born, her first interaction is with a woman who's her mother. That girl, more often than not, is highly influenced by her mother and strives hard to mold herself in her mother's image, right from copying her dressing style to her mannerisms, and often unconsciously inculcating her habits both good and bad. The mother's role in being able to imbibe the right values in her daughter, and more importantly, shaping up the personality of her daughter to be fierce, independent, self made, cannot be measured. But very often we come across situations in most of the countries where a mother herself thinks of a daughter to be inferior to her sons, whether physically or intellectually. Often the mother herself might have gone through various pressures and biases, and rather than warding them off for her daughter, she simply passes them on to her daughters, raising them to believe to be inferior to men. A study published in the Journal of Marriage and Family found that maternal warmth and supportiveness during childhood were positively associated with greater emotional well being and self esteem in adulthood among women. The study also found that the quality of a mother daughter relationship was more influential than the father daughter relationship in predicting these outcomes. Further, according to a report by the National Bureau of Economic Research, daughters who have a close relationship with their mothers are less likely to experience depression, anxiety, and other mental health problems. The report also found that maternal support can have a positive impact on academic achievement and career success. Another study published in the Journal of Family Psychology found that maternal involvement in a daughter's life was associated with high levels of resilience and self-efficacy. The study also found that the quality of mother-daughter relationship was more important in predicting these outcomes. According to a report by the World Health Organization, girls who have positive relationship with their mothers are less likely to engage in risky behaviors such as smoking, drinking, and early sexual activity. So these are just few examples of the research studies and statistics available on the topic. It is clear that maternal influence can have a powerful impact on a girl's development, and a positive relationship with her mother can contribute to her emotional, mental, and physical well-being. So my objective here is to be able to empower every mother to believe in her strengths, which she can then pass on to her daughter. Unfortunately, whether we like it or not, to expect a suo moto change in the thinking of men is unlikely or painstakingly slow. It is very important that mothers of all ages, but more so young mothers, see the potential of their daughters and are able to stand up for the rights of themselves and, more importantly, their daughters. I would next like to explore this topic by looking at the workplace. I have so many times come across many coaching clients walking up to me and telling me about how they truly admire a leader in their workplace and how much they would like to learn from that woman to be able to succeed in their corporate life. But more often than not, we women suffer from jealousy and biases amongst ourselves, leading to a downfall and lack of progress at workplace. My objective here is to work with these women and help overcome jealousies and also help in uplifting and empowering our fellow women. So an article published in Forbes March 2019 highlights that women who support women are more successful at workplace. New research in the Harvard Business Review, February 2019 by Yang Yang and Nitesh Chawla finds that while both men and women benefit from having a network of well-connected peers across different groups, Women who also have an inner circle of close female contacts are more likely to land in executive positions with greater authority and higher pay. While there was no link found for the success of men in terms of gender composition of their inner circles. The reason? Women trying to rise up into leadership face cultural and systematic hurdles that make it harder for them to advance, such as an unconscious bias. A study suggests that a way to overcome some of these hurdles is to form close connections with other women who can share experiences from women who have been there, done that. There are many ways in which we can support each other at workplace. For example, celebrate each other's successes. So instead of feeling envious or threatened by a colleague's success, congratulate and acknowledge them. This not only creates a positive and supportive work environment, but it can also help to build trust and stronger relationships. Then next is mentorship and sponsorship. Offering mentorship to younger women in your field or sponsoring them for promotions can be a powerful way to help each other grow professionally. Share your knowledge and resources. Women who support each other by sharing their knowledge and resources, such as industry insights, job leads, or even personal and professional development opportunities. Advocate for each other. So at the workplace, sometimes if you notice that a female colleague is being overlooked or undervalued, speak up and advocate for her. This could be as simple as giving her credit during a meeting or recommending her for a project. Provide constructive feedback. When providing constructive feedback to a female colleague, do so constructively and with the intention of helping her improve. This can be particularly helpful in situations where jealousy or competition may arise. Create a network. Forming a network or community of women in your field can provide a supportive and empowering environment for sharing experiences, advice, and resources. Stand up against discrimination. Women who can support each other by standing up against discrimination or unfair treatment in the workplace, which is, I guess, more prevalent in the workplace. So you can just, it can be as simple as addressing to derogatory language or behavior, or as significant as advocating for equal pay or promotion opportunities. So these were some of the things I thought of which can improve the workplace relationships of women between each other. Then after exploring the early years and parallels to a career building phase, let me touch upon another very important aspects of our lives, which probably takes up most of our years, marriage. I'm sure everyone over here would agree that one of the most challenging interpersonal relationship is with your mother-in-law. And before someone challenges me over here by saying that they have the most amazing relationship with their mother-in-law, I tip my hat to you in advance. So going ahead, as a professional life coach, this is an area that frequently comes up. And I'm sure we all know the reasons why these conflicts arise in the first place, namely territorial insecurities, fear of divided attention, and the list goes on. Conflict between a woman and her in-laws is a common issue everywhere. A study published in the Journal of Marriage and Family found that women who had good relationship with their mother-in-laws reported lower levels of marital conflict. However, women who had poor relationships with their mother-in-laws reported high levels of marital conflict. Homes that are able to overcome these inherent biases, or for the time that our mother-in-law and daughter-in-law are able to overcome their differences, leads to some of the most fulfilling and successful phases of relationships. Having supportive in-laws can be beneficial for a woman's well-being. A study published in the Journal of Family Psychology found that women who had supportive in-laws reported high levels of marital satisfaction and lower levels of depression. So, some of the ways in which we can improve the relationship between mother-in-law and a daughter-in-law are communication. Have a clear and honest communication to form any kind of good relationship. Then respect. It is very important to respect each other's opinions and decisions. Respect leads to trust, which is valuable in any relationship. Boundaries, which is, according to me, quite important in a relationship with your in-laws, because if you discuss your boundaries and expectations, you also come to know about the personal space and time of the other person. Then avoid comparison. It is imperative to avoid comparing one another, especially when it comes to parenting style, family traditions, or cultural differences. Gratitude. Expressing gratitude for one another can help to foster positive emotions and an overall positive relationship. So, looking at these various issues and lack of adequate support prompted me to do a quick dipstick survey for about 60 women. Now, mind you that the population used in conducting my survey is highly skewed and comprising of urban, educated women, economically stable, and thus expected to be more evolved. I was, however, surprised to know that to a question which asked whether you are adequately supported by other women in different areas of your life, nearly 51% responded not having adequate support from women around them. I would like to remind here of the skew towards urban, educated, and evolved women. I'm sure the figure would be much higher in a wider population. And then another interesting statistic thrown by the survey was about the negative remarks made by women on women. 61% responded that they have been subject to negative remarks on the basis of caste, creed, color, looks, body shape, or age. This reinforces the point I made earlier about women pulling other fellow women down. So, as I conclude my exploration, overwhelmingly indicates the need for women to be able to stand up, influence, and contribute in being able to support other women. As we live in an era where gender equality is highly relevant and traditional biases against jobs that women cannot do are becoming fast obsolete, I wish to be able to make a marked difference in helping my fellow women in being able to help contribute to the success of other women. It is very important for women to get rid of their inherent biases and restrictive thoughts and come forward to encourage the women in their lives and help build their confidence and make them fiercely independent and self-confident to help shape a better society, not just for other women, but for the men in their lives as well. I would like to end my speech with a powerful quote by author and feminist Audre Lorde, which emphasizes the interconnectedness of women's experiences and the importance of supporting and uplifting each other in the fight for equality and freedom. It highlights the idea that women cannot achieve true liberation if some women are still oppressed, and that it is our responsibility as women to support each other and work towards a more just and equal society. I quote, I'm not free while any woman is unfree, even when her shackles are very different from my own. Thank you.
Mike.
Thank you, Ms. Timothy. Thank you for addressing the audience today. And thank you for advocating on the concept that women need support from women. It's really great. It was a great talk, actually.
Thank you.
And now